What? You're German? That's so cool. My favorite soccer player of all time is Thomas Müller. Or however you say the name correctly. Müller. Müller? No, not Müller, but Müller. I don't really hear a difference. How do you say it again? I got you. Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, which is where I am right now, but I've been living in Cincinnati, Ohio on and off since 2016. In my video about how to pronounce German celebrity names, I asked you guys if you'd want a separate video about how to pronounce the German umlauts, the vowels with the two dots on top, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do that. So, here it is. Let's start with the basics. The German alphabet has 4 letters more than the English one. It's not something that we list when we say our ABCs, but you'll find the letters on the German keyboard and of course when reading German words. The one letter is this one. It's called SZ, or I call it scharfes S in German, so sharp S, and it kind of looks like a capital B, but not entirely. In handwriting, you usually make sure that the line is much longer than that of a capital B, and it's not closed here either. It basically just indicates that an S sound is voiceless and it only exists in the lowercase version. If you use the letter in an all caps headline or something, it'll be replaced with a double S instead. And in Swiss German, they only do the double S, they don't use the SZ at all. But this isn't what we're gonna focus on today. We'll focus on the other 3 letters, the Umlaute or umlauts, like English speakers usually say. They're vowels with 2 dots on top, and while in other languages you'll see letters like this E or the I or the ones with the lines on top, in German we only have these 3 umlauts. Ä, Ö, and Ü. Let's start with the umlaut A letter, or also called Ä in German, just like the sound it makes. Ä. Now this one is probably the easiest out of the 3 ones, especially if you already speak English. Generally, the umlauts are based on their underlying vowels, but have a slightly different pronunciation. So the vowel A is pronounced A in German, and to change it to the umlaut, you basically just open up your mouth a little more. So A becomes Ä. A, Ä. It's almost like the sound of a sheep, at least the German sound, because in German a sheep makes meh, which I find much more fitting than the English ba, meh. And it's pretty similar to the sound you make when saying English words like math, apple, or brag, eh, eh. Some examples in German for this would be gähnen, to yawn, gähnen, or Käfer, which either refers to a bug or the Volkswagen Käfer, so the Volkswagen Beetle. Sometimes we pronounce it a little bit shorter though, so instead of like in Äpfel, Äpfel, which means apples in the plural, or Hände, which means hands, Hände. So it's either pronounced or Käfer, Äpfel, Käfer, Äpfel. Now, in some other cases, we kind of tend to pronounce it more like a German E sound though, which is E in German. I'm not sure why. Like in Mädchen, for example, girl. It's spelled with an umlaut A, but most people pronounce it more as if it was spelled with an E. So it's spelled Mädchen, but we usually pronounce it Mädchen. Mädchen, Mädchen. So that's just something that you'll have to get used to. Or the word for cheese that I personally and also many other people pronounce more like Käse than Käse, which is how it's spelled. So it's spelled Käse, but I usually say Käse. Käse, Käse. And then the Ä umlaut is also used in this diphthong, where the letter combination is pronounced as Oi, the same as EU in German, as in Mäuse, which means mice, or Läuten, which means to ring. Mäuse, Läuten. Now, in the celebrities video, I mentioned the name Matthäus, where you'll find the same letter combination, but in this case, it's not considered a diphthong, but rather 2 separate syllables, so it's pronounced Matthäus here instead of Matthäus. Matthäus. Now, the O umlaut is based on the German vowel O, which is pronounced O in German, O, and the umlaut is pronounced Ö. So all you have to say is O, and then this time close your mouth a little bit more so that your lips are a little bit more narrow. So you go O, Ö. O, Ö. Or actually, if I think about it more, it might not even be that your lips are getting more narrow, but it's kind of like that your tongue moves a little bit in your mouth. O, Ö. Like my tongue moves a little bit more forward towards my lips. O, Ö. We use this in words like Österreich, Österreich, which means Austria, or Öl, which means oil, or schön, beautiful. If you spelled that without the dots, it'd be schon, which means already in German, while schön with the umlaut means beautiful. Now again, you can pronounce this umlaut either long or short, and when we pronounce it short, it sounds like and you'll hear it in words like öffnen, to open, öffnen, or können, can. Overall, the Ö umlaut is kind of similar to the sound that you make when saying words like flirt in English. Flirt, flirt, You kind of have to overdo it a little bit. Or when you say Germany, especially when you say it with a strong German accent. So usually you probably say Germany, which again, you can kind of hear Germany. But if you say it with a German accent, you might say it like Germany. Germany, kind of like that. Or maybe another example would be burn, if I say it with a German accent. That's the sound. And last but not least, the U umlaut, which is probably the hardest out of the three. And I know that many Americans struggle with hearing the difference even between the Ü umlaut and U, which is how we pronounce the vowel U in German. U, Ü, U, Ü. So the U vowel is pronounced like the U sound in hoop or cool, and then the umlaut is pronounced Ü. U versus Ü. I'll try to show you the difference with an example. This car service is pronounced Uber, right? Or Uber in German. No umlaut. Now, if you added the two dots, it becomes the German word for over or above and is pronounced über. Über. Uber versus über. Uber, über. You can try to make the sound by saying U, and then again, I kind of feel like I make my mouth a little bit more narrow, and U becomes Ü. U, Ü. Or you can also try doing this and just keep your lips the exact same, but try to pronounce E at the same time. I've heard that helps a lot of people too. So U, and now I try to like keep that, but in my mouth, without moving my lips, I try to pronounce E. So U, Ü, U, Ü. We use the Ü umlaut in words like üben, to practice, or Tür, door, or für, which means for. Or if we pronounce it shorter, we say Ö, like in the number 5, 5, Ö, fö, 5, or verrückt, which means crazy. Or in the name of German soccer player Thomas Müller. Thomas Müller. Now, I know that most of you guys don't have the umlauts on your keyboard, so how should you spell these words? Of course, you could probably just install a German keyboard on your laptop or phone. It'll just put the German keyboard layout on there, or on a Mac, I believe that you can just press the respective vowel down for a little bit, and then it'll give you the option to pick the umlaut instead. But if you don't want to do that, you can just replace the umlauts by adding an E to the respective vowel. So instead of writing Ü, you can write UE. Instead of writing Ö, you can write OE. And instead of writing you guessed it, you can write AE. Germans are used to that spelling, and we also use it in IT language, in URLs, for example, or in email addresses. What we don't usually do is just leaving out the dots and writing Müller instead of Müller. I know that many non-German speakers do that, but it's actually more accurate and also easier to understand for us if you use the UE combination instead. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Of course, I personally never had to actively learn how to pronounce the umlauts since I just grew up with it. So if you have any additional tips as to what helped you pronounce them, let me and everyone else know in the comments below so that hopefully the umlauts are gonna be a little less scary to those of you learning German as a second language. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. For more content outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can support my channel on Patreon, buymeacoffee.com, or you can just use the new Super Thanks feature here on YouTube. Just click on this little heart button right underneath the video and support me that way if you want to. And of course, you can also check out my shop on felifromgermany.com for some cool Bavarian beer mugs, German-American t-shirts, Servus hoodies, and much more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Tschüss!